Hello, let us discuss about the postpartum insertion of IUCD. It is also known as PP-IUCD. It is one of the postpartum family planning method. The purpose of this postpartum contraception is to prevent unwanted pregnancies and to prevent the frequent childbirth. As such, postpartum contraception is an important component of population control. It is very much essential for the improvement of the health status of the lady. By definition, postpartum contraception is the use of contraception in the first 6 weeks for adequate spacing of 1 or 2 years. It is observed that after childbirth, non-breastfeeding women, folliculogenesis starts as early as 3 weeks and earliest risk of pregnancy is by 4 weeks. That is why contraception method needs to be provided by 4 weeks. But remember, during this period, there is no need to check for pregnancy. WHO has laid down certain criteria when we are prescribing or inserting IUCD within 4 weeks after childbirth. There are 3 criteria. Any one of them should be there to introduce the IUCD during this 4 weeks time. What are they? Lady must be practicing exclusive breastfeeding and she should have lactation amenorrhea. Whenever she reports to the hospital that time, she should be within 7 days from the last menstrual period. And there should not be any history of sexual contact after onset of menstruation. If there is history of sexual contact, then that time emergency contraception should be advocated. So whenever at least one of these 3 criteria is there, PP-IUCD can be introduced. What about the criteria after 4 weeks? The only criteria is she should not be pregnant and pregnancy test should be done. Main focus of postpartum contraception counseling should be on the extended postpartum period. That means first 12 months after childbirth. Thus, in short, the pregnancy is prevented for the next 1 or 2 years. For this effective contraception and adequate spacing, let us learn about the return of fertility after delivery. Return of fertility and ovulation in a non-lactating mother is different and lactating mother is different. In non-lactating mother, folliculogenesis starts after 3 weeks, ovulation occurs after 6 weeks approximately. Hence, earliest by 4 weeks, contraception should be provided to this lady. However, in lactating mother with partial breastfeeding and lady with the exclusive breastfeeding. Lady with a partial breastfeeding, folliculogenesis starts early, 4 weeks. That is why there is need to check for pregnancy. A woman with exclusive breastfeeding, the ovulation is delayed maximum up to 10 weeks and fertility returns after 6 months. That is why lactation amenorrhea method is effective for 6 months. However, as the ovulation is delayed maximum up to 10 weeks, sometimes the pregnancy can occur. Hence, that is the reason I have to check for the pregnancy in all these patients, even if she is practicing exclusive breastfeeding. There is a risk of pregnancy. Why puerperal contraception? Puerperium is a favorable time to counsel for contraception to prevent the unintended pregnancy. It is observed that 9 out of 10 women want to avoid a pregnancy, but 7 of them are not using any contraception at all. This is a observation according to the research. Why postpartum contraception is important? Whenever the young lady she is pregnant, she is at more risk of unwanted pregnancy. Often that pregnancy is unwanted one because her age is more at risk of frequent childbirth. 2 times higher mortality is observed in adolescent pregnant lady. And postpartum family planning methods can prevent 1/3 of these maternal deaths. However, it is also one of the observation that elderly patient, if pregnancy interval is more than 59 months, means 5 years, then she is at risk of having preeclampsia. Hence, adequate spacing should be there in between the 2 pregnancies. It should not be too much like 5 years or it should not be too short interval. Her age should also be considered. She should not be an adolescent, she should not be an elderly also. Why adequate spacing? Because if no adequate spacing, the newborn born is also at risk. The newborn is at risk of preterm prematurity, low birth weight, and small for gestational HPV. Spacing more than 2 years can prevent 1 in 10 deaths of these newborns. So it is that effective. These are the options laid down by the WHO for postpartum contraception. The first one is PP-IUCD. IUCD which are used are copper T380A, which is effective for 10 years, and copper T375 is effective for 7 years, 5 years. Progesterone implants, progesterone only pills, progesterone only injections are better options. Non-hormonal methods like Saint-Croman, lactation amenorrhea method, it is time bound, and condom, the advantage is prevents STI but the pregnancy rate is more, failure rate is more. There are 2 types of postpartum IUCDs. One is popular one is, which is advocated by WHO, is copper T380A and copper T375. What about counseling for these IUCDs? Effective counseling is the cornerstone for accepting these PP-IUCD in all women. Plan regarding the breastfeeding is considered in all cases. It is very important. Structured contraception counseling format is very much essential for practice of adequate spacing in the pregnancies. Thus, with these counseling methods, we prepare the lady to use and to choose the contraception by herself. For service providers also, the preparing period is the patient's friendly period for the service providers. Hospital setup is favorable in these cases as the lady is already hospitalized. These health workers can understand the individual need of contraception for each lady. Recently delivered woman is highly motivated and she is also receptive to accept the contraception. Thus, in Piperium itself, they can prepare the lady to use the contraception effectively. So effective use of contraception is important. PPICD copper T 380A and 375. They are readily available for the patient who deliver at the healthcare center. They can practice for adequate spacing, and they can have limitation of their family size also. High client motivation is required. Adequate counseling and informed consent is the key for successful implementation of these PPI-ICD programs. Minor side effects of these ICDs like cramps, bleeding can be masked in the puerperian period because of there is already a discharge like lochia and bleeding in the puerperium. Advantages of these PPI-ICDs. Copper T ICD 380A is effective for 10 years and Copper T ICD 375 is effective for 5 years. It can be removed for any time. Early follow-up is important because there is risk of spontaneous expulsion of ICD. These ICDs can be an alternative for tubectomy also in some cases, but the advantage is this method is reversible. Failure is also less, hardly 1 in 1000 pregnancies. However, one should be very sure that woman is not pregnant before introducing this PPICDs. If we are using it at the interval during lactation period. Mode of action of ICD. As a foreign body in the endometrium, there is a release of prostaglandin and release of infiltration of leukocytes or macrophages. With the release of prostaglandin, there is tubal hurry and there is rapid transfer of the fertilized ovum to the uterine cavity before development of the trophoblast. And the infiltration of these macrophages, they engulf this fertilized ovum and prevents the implantation. Spermolytic and gametotoxic effect is also known of copper. This device also releases certain enzymes which prevent annihilation of the ovum in the endometrium. Progesterone releasing devices, they are effective in different way. They prevent ovulation in 40% of cases. They cause cervical mucous hostility, endometrial atrophy also. However, these progesterone releasing IUCDs is not advocated for puerperal cases, but for comparison purpose I have shown here. Postpartum IUCDs. The safe time to introduce is post-placental insertion, means within 10 minutes after delivery of the placenta. With this practice, there is less risk of expulsion and perforation, of course. We can put the IUCD during LSAs also before closing the uterus. It can be introduced 48 hours after normal vaginal delivery. Post-puerperium or extended postpartum period, say about 6 to 8 weeks, rate of expulsion is higher. Can be practiced in the post-abortion cases also, even if it is a spontaneous abortion or an induced abortion, provided it is a complete abortion, there is no sepsis. Advantages of this PPICD. Less discomfort and ease, less risk of perforation, and lot many other advantages like does not affect the lactation or breast milk. There is no increased risk of infection like endometritis. There is no effect on the involution of uterus also. Precautions to be taken while introducing these PPICDs are one should use these insertion forceps, IUCD insertion forceps or ring forceps, because the os is totally open and a person should be skilled to insert the IUCD in postpartum cases. Infection preventing practices should be learned by all. Contraindications for these IUCDs are: there should not be any evidence of chorioamnionitis like fever, tenderness over the uterus, unhealthy lochia. PROM more than 18 hours. They are at risk of infections. Avoid the IUCD. Puerperal sepsis, of course, should not be introduced. Patients with unresolved PPH or with history of menorrhagia. Or patients with fibroid uterus and congenital defects of uterus distorting the uterine cavity in both these conditions. Fibroid uterus, then adenomyosis of uterus, congenital defects of uterus are all contraindications for IUCD because there is a risk of post IUCD menorrhagia. History of ectopic pregnancy because with copper T in place, they are more prone for ectopic pregnancy because of subclinical infections, salpingitis. Lower genital tract infections like HSV, actinomycosis, and HIV infections also, copper T is not advocated. Lastly, lack of trained providers and infection preventing practices where they are not feasible, better don't use the PP-IUCD in these cases. Follow-up after 6 weeks of insertion is important. In 50% of the cases, the thread is seen in the cervix. It may be chopped out and can be shortened. There is less than 1% chance of infection. Infection risk is more if the insertion is done in first 3 weeks. This may be due to existent infection also. Heavy periods is the risk. Iron supplementation is required in all. That is by WHO advocate. Iron supplementation of 100 tablets for 100 days in the postnatal period. Expulsion chance is 1.4%. Should be avoided by the use of post-placental insertion. Immediately after the expulsion of placenta, it should be introduced. Risk of ectopic pregnancy is in 1 in 30 cases. Thanks for watching. Keep going. Next time we'll discuss about the lactation amenorrhea method. Thank you.